It's been about 28 days now since my website, loudmoneymoves.com, got accepted into the Google Adsense program. And since then, it's been earning the minute I turned on display ads on my site. This is something that I really wish I would have done a long time ago. But nonetheless, I have gotten a lot of questions about what did you do to prepare your website to get accepted into the program. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 things that I did to get quickly approved into the Google Adsense program. If that is something that you want to do, if you want to earn passive income with your website, then definitely stick around so you can learn how to do this. Now, I did share a video here on YouTube on the first day that I turned on the display ads on my website and how much my website started earning within those first 3 hours. Now, it is important to know that it does take a few weeks for the ads to optimize on your site, and boy, have they started to optimize. Now, I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to be sharing my current numbers, how much my website is currently earning per day with the display ads, but if that is something that you are curious about, if that is something that you are interested in seeing, let me know in the comments down below, and I may go ahead and record a video about that later on. And just so you are aware and you know this, it can take upwards of 2 weeks for you to get an answer from Google once you apply, so just be patient. In my case, it did take 3 days, so I applied, I believe it was like a Friday afternoon, and by Monday morning, I had already received an answer that I was accepted into the program. Okay, so one of the big things that Google wants to see is that you are a real person behind that website. So it's not just being run by a bot. And so that means that you do need to set up 3 core pages in order to establish the credibility of your site and to show Google that you are in fact a real person. So I made sure that I had these 3 important pages live and ready to go on my website before I even applied. The first one is the About Us page, or the About Me page. Now, this is where I briefly shared who I am, what my site is about, and who it's for. Now, I did keep it simple. I just added a photo of myself. I shared a little bit of my story, and I wrote it in my own voice so it didn't look like a generic AI bot wrote it for me. The second was a Contact Us page. Now, this was a basic WordPress plugin that I downloaded. So it's a basic contact form where people can reach out to me, where brands can reach out to me. Now, this shows Google that there is a real human running behind the site and that users do have a clear way of getting support from me. And the third page is a privacy policy page. Now, this is a page that explains how I collect and use data on my site. So for example, cookies, analytics, email forms, all of that stuff. Now, if you know how to write this, you can do this on your own. Otherwise, if you're like me, you can generate a free privacy policy using tools like Termly or I believe it's privacypolicies.com, and then customize it to match your site and your style. So I've heard a lot of bloggers get denied getting into Google AdSense for not having a navigation menu. Now, you want to have a clean, simple navigation menu. This is basically just a way for people to easily move around your website, not just for real users of your site, but you also want Google reviewers to be able to just navigate easily around your site. Now, at the top of my site, I have a drop-down navigation menu, and at the footer of my website, I also have links and other navigation tools there. So very simple, very easy way to make sure that people can easily navigate your website is to have a navigation menu. So one of the main requirements to get into the program is that you create original and high quality content. Now, that should go without even being said, but the good news here too is that you don't need to create 3,000 word long monster blog post anymore. Now, you can simply write a 1,000 word blog post as long as it answers the question of someone who is searching for that answer, and as long as it's helpful, that is good quality content. Now, I make sure that each of my posts has a clear topic, it has simple headings, and a straight to the point explanation so readers can get exactly what they came looking for. Now, I also avoid cranking out AI garbage blog posts. I do use AI as a writing assistant to speed up my process, but not to create generic content. Every blogger should be doing this next one, and that is submitting your sitemap to Google so they can actually find and index your content. Now, I use a WordPress plugin called Rank Math. They automatically generate my sitemap for me, and they connect and send it over to Google. That's because I'm already connected with Google Search Console. Now, if you do all of that, this is not going to magically guarantee that AdSense will approve you, but it does help Google understand your site structure, index your posts faster, and see that your blog is real, that it's an active website and not just an empty shell. The last thing I did is I focused on making sure my site actually followed Google's AdSense program policies. So before I applied, I went through their policy page. Now, I double checked that my content wasn't in any sort of restricted or risky categories, and that I wasn't doing anything like copyright infringement, clickbait, or misleading claims. Now, if you haven't read them yet, definitely take a few minutes to scan the official AdSense program policy page. I will have it linked down for you below. If you have any questions, drop them below and I will come back and check on those. Now, thank you guys so much for watching. Before you leave, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more information just like this. I will see you again in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.